Hello travelers, I'm Chris, welcome to Lorespire. In today's video, we're going to be taking a detailed look at the Trickster's Mythic Spellbook. At each spell level, all common spells will be listed first, followed by the Trickster's unique bonus spells. There are links in the description to other Mythic Path videos if you are interested, along with timestamps for this video so you can skip ahead if you like. Like most Mythic Paths, the Trickster cannot combine its spellbook with that of any class, and the Trickster's maximum level of spells is level 7. All spells that are unique to the Trickster are given as bonus spells, and the Trickster uses Charisma as its spellcasting stat. Before we get to the spell list, I just want to let everyone know that some of these spells don't function quite right, but most of them actually do function as described in the case of the Trickster's Mythic Path. The Trickster's level 1 spells are Color Spray, Doom, Expeditious Retreat, Feather Step, Grease, Hypnotism, Reduce Person, Shocking Grasp, Sleep, Snowball, Vanish, and Wand of Summon Monster 0. You can select a total of 6 of these spells by Mythic Rank 6. There are no unique bonus spells at this spell level. The Trickster's level 2 spells are Blur, Cat's Grace, Chameleon Stride, Eagle's Splendor, Find Traps, Hideous Laughter, Invisibility, and Mirror Image. You can choose a total of 6 of these by Mythic Rank 7. The Trickster's unique level 2 bonus spells are Bear's Grace. If the target of this fails its will saving throw, it is granted the Grace of a Bear, giving it a -8 penalty to Dexterity. This spell targets one creature at medium range and lasts for 1 minute per level. Fish Missile. You launch a slimy, smelly, putrid fish at your enemy as a ranged touch attack. This fish deals 1d6 points of bludgeoning damage plus an additional 1d6 per 2 caster levels you have beyond the first caster level. On a successful hit, the target must make a Fortitude saving throw or be sickened for 1d4 plus 1 rounds. Casting this spell is a standard action that targets one creature within medium range. Summon Small Beer Elemental. This spell summons a small beer elemental for 1 round per caster level and acts exactly as every other summon. Casting this spell is a standard action that targets a point within close range. Sadly, the model for this is that of a water elemental. When the game is released, I would like to see a unique model that looks something like beer, and it would be cool if they also made the beer elemental's attacks cause the intoxicated condition. I don't know, to me that just feels right, so fingers crossed. The Trickster's level 3 spells are Blink, Deep Slumber, Displacement, Dominate Animal, Hold Person, Slow, and Stinking Cloud. You can choose 6 of these spells by Mythic Rank 8. The Trickster's unique level 3 spells are Breath of Money. You breathe out a blast of coins. Creatures in the affected area take 2d6 points of bludgeoning damage per Mythic rank. A successful reflex save halves this damage. This spell is a standard action that affects all creatures in a 15-foot cone. Each breath uses 25 gold coins. I thought this would use the gold in my inventory that is used for money. But either you need specific gold coins for this, or it's bugged and will use the money in your inventory at launch. Hopefully it's the latter. Glorious Beard. This spell causes a glorious beard to erupt from the face of the target. The beard grants a +2 natural armor bonus to AC and damage resistance 5, except against slashing damage. This spell affects one creature at touch range and is a standard action. And if you look, you can see that it is a pretty glorious beard that grows on your character, even if it doesn't quite touch the chin. Hallucinogenic Cloud. Creatures in this become confused. This condition lasts as long as long as the creature is in the cloud and for 1d4 plus 1 rounds after it leaves the cloud. Any creature that succeeds in its saving throw but remains in the cloud must continue to save each round. This is a mind-affecting effect that targets a point within medium range and is a standard action to cast. Invisibility Almost Greater. This spell functions like Greater Invisibility, only not as well. Instead of not ending after an offensive action, this spell has a chance to end on an offensive action equal to 5% plus another 5% per offensive action that you have made while this spell is active. This spell is a standard action that targets one creature at touch range. Summon Medium Beer Elemental. This spell summons a medium beer elemental for 1 round per caster level. The summoned creature appears where you designate and acts according to its initiative check results. It attacks your opponents to the best of its ability. The Trickster's level 4 spells are Chameleon Stride Greater, Greater Invisibility, Phantasmal Killer, Rainbow Pattern, Reduce Person Mass, and Shadow Conjuration. You can choose 6 of these spells by Mythic Rank 9. Summon a Lager Beer Elemental. This spell summons a Lager Beer Elemental for 1 round per caster level that acts and functions as every other summon. Casting this spell is a standard action that targets a point within close range. Summon Greasely Bear. This spell summons a Greasely Bear for 1 round per caster level and acts and functions as every other summon. Casting this spell is a standard action that targets a point within close range. Now, it's not stated in the spell, but you also summon a Circle of Grease, where you summon the bear that acts just like the Grease spell. The Trickster's level 5 spells are Dominate Person, Feeble Mind, Mind Fog, Phantasmal Web, and Shadow Evocation. You can choose 5 of these spells by Mythic Rank 10. The Trickster's level 5 bonus spells are Microscopic Proportions. You shrink the size of your target by 2 size categories. The target gains a +6 size bonus to Dexterity. Casting this spell is a standard action that targets one friendly creature within touch range. Phantasmal Healer. You summon a Phantasmal Healer that stays in place for a number of rounds equal to 1 per 4 caster levels. Each round it heals every living creature in a 30-foot radius for 1d6 per 4 caster level points of damage. The creatures have to make a will saving throw. A successful will saving throw halves the amount healed. Casting this spell is a standard action that affects all creatures within 30 feet of the target point within medium range. And yes, being successful with your will saving throw here is actually a bad thing. So, do with that what you will. Rain of Halberds. You create a Rain of Halberds, making an attack roll against every creature in a 10-foot radius. A successful attack deals 1d10 points of slashing and piercing damage per caster level and can critically strike. Casting this is a standard action that affects all creatures in a 10-foot radius centered on target point within medium range. And you can see here that this can actually do some pretty good AoE damage. Just be careful because it does affect everyone. Summon Greater Beer Elemental. This spell summons a Greater Beer Elemental for 1 round per caster level that acts and functions exactly as every other summon. Casting this spell is a standard action that targets a point within close range. The Trickster's level 6 spells are Cat's Grace Mass, Eagle's Splendor Mass, Phantasmal Putrefaction, and Umbral Strike. You can choose 4 of these spells by Mythic Rank 10. The Trickster level 6 bonus spells are Charm Whatever. You can make any creature fight on your side as if it were your ally. It will attack your opponents to the best of its ability. This creature can attempt a will saving throw each round to remove this effect. Casting this spell is a standard action that targets one enemy creature within medium range. Recreational Pit. You create an extra-dimensional comfy hole with a depth of 10 feet per 2 caster levels up to a maximum of 30 feet. This hole has a trampoline at the bottom. This pit has no weight and does not displace the original material, and you can create it anywhere. Any large or smaller creature standing in the area where you conjured the pit must make a reflex saving throw to not jump to safety in the pit. In addition, the edges of the pit are sloped, and any creature ending its turn adjacent to the pit must make a reflex saving throw with a +2 bonus to avoid falling into the pit. Creatures subjected to an effect meant to push them into the pit, such as a bull rush, do not get a saving throw to avoid falling into the pit. Creatures that fall into the pit take no damage. Each round, any creature in the pit is healed for 3d6 as extra-dimensional entities heal their wounds and massage them. To climb the pit's soft, cozy walls, a creature must make a successful athletics or mobility skill check with a DC of 25. When the duration of the spell ends, creatures rise up and are placed on the surface the pit was replacing. Now, this spell is really weird. It seems the best use of this could be to save your allies that are in harm's way, or perhaps you cast it in a way to save your allies while affecting as many enemies as you can that are at full HP, so they are removed from battle but don't actually benefit from the healing. Something along those lines are probably how you're going to want to use it. Summon Elder Beer Elemental. This spell summons an Elder Beer Elemental for 1 round per caster level that acts and functions as every other summon. Casting this spell is a standard action that targets a point within close range. Summon Perpetually Annoyed Wizard. This spell summons a powerful wizard who is, for some mysterious reason, perpetually annoyed. This wizard remains for a number of rounds equal to your caster level and attacks your enemies to the best of its ability. Casting this spell is a standard action that targets 1 point within close range. Just to let you know, this wizard does tend to cast a lot of AoE damage spells, like Volcanic Eruption and Sirocco, and he will do so whether or not casting these spells hurts your party, so just be aware you're probably receiving some friendly fire from this guy. The Trickster's level 7 spells are Insanity, Invisibility Mass, Shadow Conjuration Greater, and Word of Chaos. You can select 3 of these by Mythic Rank 10. The Trickster's level 7 bonus spells are Ray of Halberds. You fire 1 halberd per 2 caster levels. Each halberd requires a ranged touch attack to hit and deals 1d10 plus your charisma modifier damage. Casting this spell is a standard action that targets 1 enemy within close range. Summon Hog of Desolation. This spell summons a cute little piglet for 1 round per caster level. Casting this spell is a standard action that targets a point within close range. Okay, this one is a little different. It's not noted here, but this cute little piglet is actually a large boar that falls from the sky and does AoE damage to everything close to it, including itself. Additionally, this hog is hostile and fairly strong, so it can be a big help or hindrance depending on where you cast it and how you use it. Trick Fate. When Fate gives your friend a challenge, you respond with a special die. For 3 rounds, or 18 seconds, the target always rolls 20 on any d20 roll. Casting this spell is a standard action that targets 1 friendly creature within touch range. You can see here that every attack is a hit when using this, and not only do you roll 20, but if you read the description of the rolls here, it counts not just as a 20, but as a natural 20. Yep, we saved the best for last. Or if it isn't the best, it's certainly my favorite, but I think it's the best also. That's all of the Trickster's spells. There are definitely some wacky, out there spells on this list, and at least one of them is truly powerful. Overall, I think the Trickster is a path that can be fun, and is a great choice for a second playthrough. For me personally, I think I prefer to experience the full effect of the story without the jokes, pranks, and memes of the Trickster path on my first playthrough. So what's your opinion on this? Let me know down in the comments, and be sure to like and subscribe while you are there. This has been Chris with Lorespire. Be well, my friends.